speaking of like a personal journey, right? Um, Spirituality obviously plays a huge role, but I think at the same time, what also plays a really big role is not only spirituality, it's also like logic, right? And emotions and what are we really experiencing, not just like conceptual things, which, obviously like there is truth behind spirituality, but things you can actually like materialize and see. And I don't know if you can relate to this at all, but I just listened to a book. It's called The Child. I may butcher it a little bit, but it's called The Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so I've been reading it, or sorry, listening to it, and something that came up for me through reading this too, it's that I feel inclined to share this because am I the only one that like feels that everyone's out to get you? Like unsafe in the world?
I think in a way, people come off as, I don't want to use the word out to get you, but it's almost like other people know what your triggers are and they specifically press the trigger button. So it's like, hey, I see Ben today. I know that this triggers Ben. Press the button type of thing. And I'm sitting there going like, how did this person, like, it's almost like that person knew that that would trigger me. But it's like they're all just lessons I need to learn. So it's like, and you were experiencing the same thing. Everybody else out there is like experiencing people around them that it's like, hey, this person's just out here to trigger me. This person's out here to get me. This person's out here to do this. But it's all just designed for your own growth. It's like kind of like, hey, snap, escape the matrix. Like there's no, like it's all an illusion. Like it's all an illusion that's designed to get you onto your path and your highest timeline.
Do you feel like you get that a lot where people are like constantly triggering you? Is that like a daily thing in your experience?
Like I'll come across things, and I think what I've been trying to do lately is try to be as conscious as possible as to what's going on and say, okay, there is a reason why this particular thing just happened. What am I to learn? Like, what do I need to learn from this? Like, what am I meant to learn from this? Like, why does this keep coming up?
It's interesting you say that because I find in my experience there's that surface level trigger, right? So let's say it's like you get you get triggered from these like same things like what is it? And then you realize there's like a deeper root to it. So for instance, right? It's like and this like I'll get to my point, but it's kind of like one day you have chocolate ice cream like I'm triggered, and one day you have vanilla ice cream like I'm triggered, and one day you have pistachio like I'm triggered. Like why does this ice cream trigger me? It's like, can I cuss on this?
You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, and it's like, motherfucker, you can't even have ice cream. That's why you're being triggered. Like don't eat ice cream. And I realized it because like the whole trigger thing and the whole thing, like everything comes in to teach you a lesson, to tell you something, and it's like. For so long, I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, whoa. I feel unsafe in the world. I feel vulnerable. I feel scared. I feel worried. And it manifests emotionally. It manifests physically. It manifests spiritually. It manifests in lawsuits. It manifests in poor relationships. It manifests in sabotaging relationships. And it's like, it just hit me this week. I was like, whoa, I feel incredibly unsafe in this world. And I'm like, why? And I'm like, oh, the way I was raised. And here's the thing. I realized that it's not, and I really hesitate to say this because I love my parents so much and they're my best friends and I'm always going to respect them, and no discredit to them. They've raised me the best way that they could. And like, I want to defend them all day long. But then I realized at the same point, it's like you can hold two truths at once. You can desperately love your parents and the way that you were raised and the way that you grew up. But you can also love and defend yourself. It's not either or. And I find myself internally constantly being like, wait, like this didn't feel right. But no, blah, blah, blah. But then I abandon myself. Right? So Yeah, I mean that's been like a major theme for me this week, and I feel like sharing that, authentically, because I think sometimes when we look at things that trigger us, there's like a root that they were like dancing around, and sometimes, well, not sometimes. I mean, this is like a Tony Robbins thing. A lot of people talk about this, right? It's humans prefer familiarity because that's what's safe, but it's like that familiarity can be toxic as hell and make you uncomfortable. And I think a big success, or not a big success, I think a big or the best way to live your authentic self is to get really uncomfortable